Horns up and welcome to a brand new episode of Headbanger's Kitchen. The theme for today's recipe is decadence. I mean, it's something you eat and you feel so wrong, but it is so right because it tastes so good. I'm talking about the Keto Double Down. And if you're wondering, Sahil, what is the Keto Double Down? Well, let me tell you all about it. Think of it as a hamburger, except that there's no burger bun, there's no keto bread even. There is fried chicken, keto fried chicken. Oh yeah, it's 2 pieces of fried chicken with a chicken burger inside it with bacon, tomato, some mayo, some lettuce. It is decadence on a plate. I believe this was first sort of created at Kentucky Fried Chicken, where they basically gave you a burger made out of fried chicken. And I've actually made this on the show before, long ago, when Headbanger's Kitchen was a heavy metal cooking show where I interviewed bands. But it's time to update the recipe as always, and we're making a keto version of the Double Down. Anyway, enough jibber jabber. Let's go and make that Keto Double Down. So the first thing we're going to do is take some pearl onions and chop them up nice and fine. Now if you don't have pearl onions, you can use regular onions or even red onions. Next, I'm going to take some black olives and I'm going to chop them up as well. Once again, if you don't have black olives, you can use green olives or any olives that you can get your hands on. Then I'm going to take a bowl, and into that bowl I'm going to put in some mayonnaise, some keto friendly mayo. And then I'm going to put a little bit of paprika into that mayonnaise. You can also use cayenne pepper, no problem. And then in go the onions and in go the olives. And then of course you give it all a good mix, and our super secret burger sauce is ready. But then I realized I missed an ingredient, so I quickly chopped up some fresh parsley and then added that into the mayo, just for that little extra freshness. And of course, I gave it all a good mix, and then that secret burger sauce was ready. Now for the burger buns, we are using chicken breast. So you want to take your breast, you want to put it down on your cutting board, cover it with some cling film, and then you want to beat it. Just beat it, my friends. You want to flatten it out, and then I'm going to take a cookie cutter and cut out a nice round portion of it. Press that cookie cutter down, use your knife to assist you in basically getting a nice clean circular piece of chicken breast. And I'm going to do this to the second breast as well. Cover it with cling film, beat it up, cut it with the cookie cutter, and then set it aside. Now I'm going to take all the chicken scraps and a little extra chicken breast meat and add it to my food processor. I'm also going to chop up 2 or 3 rashers of bacon, and then I'm going to add that as well to the food processor. I'm going to also add in some salt, some black pepper, and some mixed herbs. And then we're going to blitz this in our food processor so that we have the ground chicken for our chicken burger patty. And your mince should look something like this. Then I'm going to take that chicken mince and I'm going to use my burger patty mold, and I'm going to shape the burger patties. And if you're using your hands, remember to wet your hands, because chicken mince has a tendency to stick to everything. So if you use a little bit of water, it makes sure none of the ground meat sticks to your palms. So I'm going to shape 2 burger patties, because that's what I was able to get out of this. And then on to the next step. Now I'm going to get my frying pan on the stove, and it's time to fry up some rashers of bacon. Just regular bacon. And this takes a little bit of time. The bacon will slowly render out all that fat. And if you find that the fat is flying about too much, use this lovely tool called the splatter screen. This is a lifesaver. I remember once upon a time I used to be covered in bacon burns from all that exploding fat. Well, it's a lifesaver, like I just told you. Anyway, once that bacon has crisped up nicely, we're going to take it out of the pan, and in the same pan we are going to fry the burgers. And that's because, well, we've got plenty of residual fat from the bacon. And well, what better to fry your burgers in than bacon fat? So put those burgers in the pan, let them fry, and then when they are done cooking on one side, flip them over, and they should be nice and caramelized. Now that you've flipped over the burgers, we're going to add some cheese on them. I like to melt that cheese right on the patty. I'm going to put that splatter screen on, but then I realized it's not really going to work, so I put the regular lid on, and that will create a bit of steam in the pan, and when you open it up, the cheese will be nice and melted. So once that's done, remove the burger patties and set it aside. Now it's time to fry our chicken breasts that are masquerading as hamburger buns, and I'm going to season the chicken with some Cajun seasoning, just a very generic seasoning. Season it on both sides. Then I'm going to get an egg wash ready. So I'm going to take an egg, I'm going to put a little bit of salt and pepper, and then I'm just going to beat it. Now it's time to bread that chicken, and I'm doing a double breading. So first I'm going to dip the chicken into the egg wash. Then I'm going to dip it in some grated Parmesan cheese. Yeah, the cheesy goodness of cheese. And then I dip it back into the egg wash, and then I dip it in psyllium husk. Oh yes, you guys know by now that psyllium husk is the new breadcrumb. Anyway, I'm going to do that to both pieces of chicken, into the egg wash, then into the cheese, then back into the egg wash, and then into the psyllium husk, and then our chicken is ready to fry. Now if you have a little bit of cheese and egg left over, just put the cheese into the egg, microwave it for 30 seconds, and you've got yourself a cheesy little snack. Don't waste that egg and cheese, even though you dip the chicken in it, because it's all going to cook out anyway. Now in the same pan in which I fried the burger patties and the bacon, I'm going to add in some more bacon fat, because we want to sort of shallow fry the chicken hamburger buns. I think that's a good name for them. Anyway, once that bacon fat has melted and it's nice and hot, we're going to put in those breaded chicken hamburger buns. And then you just want to let them fry. And a little trick that I like to use is I like to sort of splash the hot oil over the side that is not submerged, because that kind of gets the coating to sort of stick to the chicken, and then when you flip it over, it won't all fall apart. So anyway, just fry that chicken. Look at those gorgeous pieces of meat with that lovely golden brown crust, and of course flip it over, get a nice color on it, and well, when it's done, it's done. Just remove it from the pan and set it aside. Now it's time to assemble the burger, and you're going to take one of those fried chicken hamburger buns, put that down on the plate. Then we're going to put some of that delicious mayo that we made, spread it around nicely, a little bit of lettuce to go on top of that, and then the hamburger patty. Oh yeah, and some slices of fresh tomato, which I am going to season with a bit of salt and pepper. Very important step. Then on goes our crispy bacon, and then the other deep fried chicken hamburger bun part that is needed to complete this assembly. And of course, to prevent this from falling, use a skewer to hold it all in place. And then I guess it's pretty much ready, my friends. Your keto double down is ready. And you know what, I'm going to stop talking. Let's just taste this. Alright folks, so it's time to taste the keto double down, and this looks as big as my head. Okay, maybe not as big, but it's huge. I don't think it's going to fit in my mouth. Anyway, press down. Oh man, this is going to be one messy thing to eat. But let me. My nose is greasy. Bacon. I need to take one more bite to truly give you a review. Guys, if you like chicken, this is chicken heaven. And you can also substitute the chicken patty inside with beef if you like. You know what? I'm not gonna talk. I'm gonna go and eat this off camera because it needs to be eaten. I don't think I'm going to be able to even calculate the macros for this because there are just too many variables. Anyway, I will write out as much as I can in the blog post, which you will find on headbangerskitchen.com. And anyway, enough jibber jabber from me. I'm gonna go eat this and I will see you on the next episode of Headbangers Kitchen. Cheers and keep cooking. Seriously, how does one fit this in? Oh, I got everything. I fit it in my mouth. I win. Oh my god, that's so good.